I've been trading the Waka Waka Expert Advisor for 5 months now. This is my real account, which started off at $500 and is currently up $268, which is about 50% in 5 months. Sometimes with some expert advisors, the vendor has really good results, but we are unable to replicate them. With this expert advisor, I have been able to replicate the vendor's results really well. This EA trades 3 currency pairs, the Aussie CAD, Aussie New Zealand, and New Zealand CAD. For this EA, I started trading at 0.01 lot size, and I have not changed the settings in the past 5 months, which is why you see this kind of equity curve. And trading on 0.01 lot size has given me about $50 per month. This is a high risk grid expert advisor, so understand that the drawdowns can be quite high on this one. The blue line is the balance, and the red line is the most important, the equity. Where it spikes down, that is where you're holding unrealized losses. You can see from my own trading in the past 5 months, I've spiked down to about $150 worth of holding losses about 3 times. In terms of monthly returns, I started this EA about February 2023, where I made $48, and you can see every month the returns have been approximately $50 per month. The weekly returns is about 2% with a profit factor of 1.56, and this has been going for 154 days. If I scroll down to some more statistics, you will see that there have been a total of 363 trades so far. The win rate on this EA is reasonably high at about 70%, and from a average result, the average win is about $2, whereas the average loss is about double the average win. This is the website for the Waka Waka EA. It is also for sale on the MQL4 website, but the beauty of buying it off this website, it is actually $200 cheaper here, and we'll post a link to this in the description below. This is a rather expensive expert advisor costing over $2,000, but you can try it for free for 2 weeks. And if you don't like it, then you can get your money back within 30 days of purchasing. After you buy the EA, this is the dashboard that you get with the list of expert advisors on the left here. The vendor is currently selling 4 expert advisors, and each one of them have a download for MT4 and MT5, and there is a dedicated Telegram chat for each EA. If you do buy the EA, I do recommend joining the Telegram chat because it is quite active with people constantly sharing their settings, their brokers, so you can see objectively from other users what their results are across different settings and different brokers. And occasionally Valerie will turn off her expert advisors before a big news announcement, but that doesn't happen that often. You get a total of 10 licenses per robot across both MT4 and MT5. All the links for her MyFX book is in the left under MyFX book, and let's take a look at the Waka Waka. She's got 2, the Smart TP and the Waka Waka EA. Let's take a look at this one. And she also does provide you with the exact set files that she uses for her EA. And you can download them by clicking this link right here. Valerie's MyFX book for the Waka Waka EA has been going for about 5 years now. This one started at $500 and is currently up at about $6,000. But also remember that the vendor also took out about $4,000. What is impressive about this EA is that it's got 3 ticks. Most other vendors only have 2 ticks, and without the live update, you can do sneaky things to hide your drawdown. But because this has 3 ticks, the drawdown on this chart is much more reliable. So we can see the maximum drawdown in the past 5 years is 26%, and it looks like that happened 1, 2, 3 times approximately back in 2018, 2019, and the most recent one in 2021. With the vendor's statistics, we can see her average win is about $8, but her average loss is about 50% bigger than her average win, which is consistent with what I've seen so far. And her win rate is about 70%, a bit higher than what I've seen so far. And the vendor has been trading the 3 currency pairs that are recommended in the set files. And she is also transparent in terms of her trading activity. You can see each and every single open trade that is on her account, whereas a lot of other vendors, they will hide their open trades. Currently, she's trading at, looks like 0.05 lot size. And she has grown this lot size compared to when she first started. If we look at the history, recently she was trading at 0.04. And if we look at way back when she first started 5 years ago, she was trading at 0.01. So she is increasing the lot size as the account is increasing. And from a monthly return back in 2018, you can see the returns have been about the 12% mark at the highest, with the lowest of 6%. And every year you can see that it has been consistent with a top of 13%. Some months have been lower at 4%. 2020, 1 month was very aggressive at 25%. The rest of the time we're looking about the 5-6%. Same with 2021. 2022. So in 2022, you notice that she was fairly conservative with this EA, as you can see by the lot size and the percentage returns. And 2023, consistently 1-2% per month, which means that she has been fairly conservative with her settings. If she had continued to increase the lot size more aggressively, then her returns would definitely be much higher than the 6,000 percentage that it is currently at. Back to the user dashboard, and we're going to look at the profit calculator. You're going to be disappointed with this one because your $10,000 is not going to turn into $1 million in a year. This one is going to reset your expectations. If I am trading this one at $10,000 on a high risk setting, in 1 year we're going to make $8,000. On a low risk setting, you can see we make $1,000 with a 5% drawdown. Let's say you don't have $10,000, you only have $1,000. Then on a high risk setting, you're going to make $829 a year, which is about 80%. So if you're looking for an expert advisor that's going to turn your $1,000 into $1 million, this is not the EA for you. Everyone who buys an expert advisor from Valerie does get a free VPS. This is a 2-core 8GB disk VPS, so it's not that big, but it's enough to run all 4 of her EAs plus a few more MT4 terminals. And this is what the VPS looks like. It comes preloaded with all her expert advisors. You can see I'm running 8 different MT4 terminals on this VPS, and my CPU is about 16% and my memory is at 76%. And this is the MT4 terminal running the Waka Waka EA. You saw before that this one started off at $500 and is currently up at $768 over the past 5 months. This is a real account on the Go Markets Plus broker. Being a plus account, you can see the spreads are okay, not fantastic, but not terrible either. When you install the Expert Advisor, you don't need to add it to 3 different charts, even though it trades 3 different currency pairs, you only need to add it to 1 chart. These are my own settings. I'm trading at 0.01 lot size, and the rest of them, I have no idea what they are. I just grabbed the settings directly from Valerie's My FX book area. You can see down here, there are some settings that will allow you to control the drawdown, especially if you wanted to use this in an FTMO challenge. And if I scroll down, here is where you can see the 3 different currency pairs that the Waka Waka EA trades. And I will save the settings, so if you wanted to download this yourself, you can do so from the link in the description below. Please understand that this is a grid expert advisor and it is a high risk strategy, so understand the risks before you start trading this, and definitely trade it on a demo account for at least a month if you decide to buy it. What is a grid trade? Let me zoom in and show you. This EA started in February 2023, and this first trade here was a sell trade. And when the price goes down, it takes profit and there is no grid involved. However, over here you can see a bunch of buy trades. And price is going down. So as price goes down, you can see the EA opens more and more lot sizes. This is where the risk is for this kind of EA. So the first trade was at 0.01 lot size, and looks like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7 grid, and the biggest trade here was 0.12. The beauty of this kind of system is that price doesn't need to retrace back all the way up to the top for this one to come out of profit. It just needs to retrace about 20 to 25% for you to come out of profit for all this group of 7 trades. So when you can see big moves like this, this is where the biggest drawdowns are. When you see small singular trades, there is generally no drawdown for those ones. So this one was a big drawdown, about $150 I think, based on 0.01 lot size. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is the Aussie CAD 1 hour time frame. I'm showing you this on the 1 hour time frame so you can see big picture of what's happening, but this EA trades on the 15-minute time frame. So you can see more drawdowns happening here. So this one is a 2 group of trades, and this is a small drawdown. This one's a 3 group of trades, another small drawdown. Let's see if we can find some more big drawdowns. This one, 3 groups as well. So all these are small drawdown trades. I don't see anything big and concerning. The Aussie Canadian, Aussie New Zealand, and New Zealand Canadian, these are the 3 currencies that tend to mean revert, which is why it's good for this kind of grid EA. I'm trying to look for some more examples. I think the first one, the 7 example, was the worst drawdown that I've seen. This one's a 4 grid, so not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was a 6 grid EA, so reasonably big drawdown here. And this one is a 4 drawdown EA. So that was a small drawdown again. So this move here would have been quite big at 6 open trades. Switching to the New Zealand CAD, switch to the 4 hour time frame so we can see a little bit bigger what's happening, and I don't want to scroll so much. All these trades are generally low drawdown trades. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is a medium-sized drawdown, but I'm not really concerned. The biggest lot size here is 0.08. Scrolling to the right. This one here would have been a reasonably big size drawdown, especially since the Aussie CAD also had a big drawdown at the same time here as well. So this one is 0.12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is also a 6 trade scenario. And that's the biggest drawdown that I've seen for the New Zealand CAD. Last chart on the Aussie New Zealand, again the H4 time frame, so I can show you big picture what's happening. There is currently an open trade here, so that's why you see this line in the middle of my screen. But we're looking for big drawdown trades. All these are reasonably small high drawdown, and the EA is just coming and taking its profits here and there. The biggest drawdown I can see here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5 trade scenario. 0.08 is the biggest lot size I've seen, and you see this big move here, so that is about 150 pips, and to get out of an open 150 pip loss, we have to retrace to about 37 pips to come out of profit for this group of trades here. Scrolling to the right, and that's the biggest drawdown that I've seen. The rest of the time the EA trades reasonably well and takes profit reasonably quickly. But bear in mind that you will see different results based on different brokers for this expert advisor. This is another account where I was running the Waka Waka EA. This is for a prop firm, the Concept Trader. This account started at $5,000, and you can see it is in a fairly big drawdown right now. This is because of the spreads. Notice the spreads here are reasonably high, with Aussie New Zealand at 31. It's just jumped out to 20. Before we saw 31 points. Where on my own Go Markets real account, you can see the spread is much smaller. With bigger spreads, that means the price will need to move further for you to get out of an open trade. I traded this account back in May, and you can see this huge move right here where I was trading reasonably aggressive settings. However, I decided to cut my losses right here. These are all sell trades, and the price is going up. I run this EA in combination with a free expert advisor called the Account Protector, which I wrote, which I will post a link to that in the description below. And the Account Protector stopped this account from blowing up because you can see the price continued going up without any major retracements until this point here. So my Account Protector closed all trades at this point right here. And if we take a look at the settings of this one, it's fairly simple. It tells me to close all trades when the take profit is hit at about 5,500. The minimum equity that I will take is 4,500, and I will not have anything greater than $150 in floating equity. So I have learned my lesson. This is how I am trading the Waka Waka on a prop firm account. I use the Account Protector to protect my account overall, And instead of trading the Waka Waka itself, I use the FX Blue personal trade copier, the receiver version on this account. So I ensure that my fantastic results on my Go Markets real account is copied over to my prop firm account. Generally speaking, I am not a fan of prop firms, but the reason why I chose the concept trading firm is because their rules are no rules. This is their website, which I will post a link to them in the description below as well. And I'll show you the traditional prop firm which I signed up for. And you can see here that the rules are fairly simple. They have a maximum drawdown of 5%. And when you achieve 5%, you level up. That's it. There's no daily drawdowns. There's no minimum trading days. There's no complex rules. As long as you hit the profit target of 5% and you don't exceed the maximum drawdown of 5%, you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about hitting it within 30 days or 60 days. There is no time limits. And while my current account with the prop firm is currently in drawdown, I'm really not that fussed. I'm not too worried because I have learned my mistakes and understand now that different brokers will have different results, which is why I'm using the FX Blue trade copier. And with no time limits on this account, I'm okay to wait for it however long it takes for this account to come out of drawdown and back into the profits. A bit of a rough start, but hopefully slowly over time that account will slowly start to look like my best performing account right here. Please understand that the Waka Waka EA is a high risk EA and you will see different results based on your settings and your brokers. So definitely demo test it before you do any live trading. This is definitely not financial advice because I'm a random crazy person on YouTube with absolutely no credibility. You should always do your own testing, research and analysis. If the Waka Waka EA is too high risk for you and you're looking for something more conservative, then check out the Evening Scalper EA in one of these corners right here, where this is much more conservative. There is no grid, no martingale, singles take profit and single stop loss.